Hello boys and girls, ArsenalFanTV. It's the takeover. Ha ha! What I want to talk about is Alexis Sanchez. Now, there's been a lot of talk in the media over the last few days, even the last few weeks, about how he sulks, how he's unhappy, how he's going to leave Arsenal. And then something broke in the media over the last 48 hours, which sent shivers down my spine. And it should have sent shivers down every Arsenal fan's spine. And that is that Chelsea are going to do everything they can to sign Alexis Sanchez. And that Arsenal are willing to listen to offers for £50 million. Wow. Can you imagine Alexis Sanchez in a Chelsea shirt? It's Robin van Persie part 2. But for me, this is worse. I'd be devastated. If you are an Arsenal fan and you ain't devastated, you ain't horrified but the thought of Alexis going to Chelsea, pulling on that shirt. Can you imagine going to Stamford Bridge next season and he's there with a number 7 shirt on in the blue of Chelsea? It actually makes me feel cold. The whole reason Arsenal moved to the new stadium, we done all these things, was to buy players like Alexis Sanchez, to have a team full of world-class footballers. The days of being the selling club have gone. We all know what happened with Man City, with your Adebayors, your Nasris, your Clichy's, your Sanyas. Blimey, they took half our team, didn't they? But to have it happen again right now in 2017, when we were told this won't be happening anymore, nah, that don't sit well with me. He's got a year left on his contract. Why is it being left to him getting to a year left on his contract? Same scenario as Mesut Ozil. I looked at a list the other day of how many players are in the final year of their contract. And you've got players like Jack Wilshere, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Aaron Ramsey. Why? How has it got to this point? Only recently we tied down Laurent Koscielny, Olivier Giroud, Francis Coquelin. They were 3 more players that were very close to only having a year left. Who at Arsenal is dealing with this? Who at Arsenal is allowing this to happen? In the case of Alexis, it should never be happening. Never. My thoughts are very plain and simple. The money side of things doesn't affect me. It doesn't bother me. It's not my money. Would I let Alexis run down the last year of his contract and try all we can next season under a new manager, hopefully? Let's make that point clear. Just do that and let it risk the run of losing him on a free. Yeah, I would. All day long. I would do that personally. Will Arsenal do that? Will Stan Kroenke do that? I doubt it. If someone come and put 50 million on the table right now, would Stan Kroenke take it? If Alexis is refusing to sign? Yeah, I believe he would. And that's what's scary. You know, if he had 3-4 years on a contract, we could sit there and be relaxed and say, nah, sorry, mate, you're going nowhere. Stick to your contract. And we know that we've still got a big chunk of his contract there. So you're going to be having to pay 100-odd million for him in today's market. If Pogba's worth 89, what's Alexis Sanchez worth? Think about it. Come on. And that's why I'm scared, because Chelsea have got the money. You look at some of the names that are being bandied around. PSG, Juventus. Chelsea could inconceivably blow all of them out of the water. PSG, yeah, they could go toe-to-toe with Chelsea. But if Chelsea really want him and Roman Abramovich really wants him, what are we going to do? I'm petrified. Like I said, I really am. I just can't envisage Alexis at Chelsea. If there's 2 or 3 sides fighting out for him, Arsenal, if they have to admit defeat and say he's gone, send him to one of the foreign sides. Don't leave him in the Premiership. Don't kick us in the teeth anymore. And this is what's so frustrating for me personally. You know my thoughts on Arsene Wenger. But Arsenal are putting down contracts for a man in his 60s that's past his sell-by date. But they're not doing all they can to keep our world-class player. I don't get it. I really don't. I don't get what's going on at Arsenal. I've said for a long time that it's a mess. And this kind of just adds to the mess. I was watching Alexis the other day in the World Cup qualifier. First couple of minutes, puts a free kick in the top corner, then an assist. The guy's world class, man. We've been crying out for world class. You know, we've done the whole stadium move. We've done with Nicholas Bentner. We've done the Marouane Chamakh. We've done the hard times. Why should we be going through this anymore? We were told that this is going to be the different. This is it. You're going to be one of the big forces. We all know that Ivan Gazidis said that we're going to be on a par with Bayern Munich by 2015. Well, that's fine. You're buying the players for that, but you're wasting their prime so badly that they're looking elsewhere. They don't want to stay at Arsenal. If we were winning titles, if we were competing at the business end of the Champions League, would Alexis Sanchez have only a year left on his contract? No. He would have signed a new contract. He would have been happy to stay at Arsenal. He would have known that all his requirements, everything he wants to win, would have been fulfilled at Arsenal. Right now, he's thinking, nah, why am I going to waste my career for the odd FA Cup? Remember, Alexis, after we won the FA Cup, was the one player that came out and said, yeah, it's good, we won the FA Cup, great, but I don't want just the FA Cup. And at Arsenal, we should be aiming higher. We should be aiming for titles, Champions Leagues. He's a born winner. One of the only people in the team that's a born winner. I see quotes from Olivier Giroud last week saying it's not all about trophies. Come on now. Does that not tell you about the kind of mentality in our squad? If that's your mentality, we don't need you in this squad. We don't want you in this squad. And I've said for a very long time that this mentality stems from above, the management. My main concern is Alexis Sanchez. Tie him down, do everything possible, give him the wage he craves, give him a manager and players that are on his wavelength, that want to win, that will do anything for the cause. I honestly don't know what the future holds for Alexis. But let's enjoy him while we still can. That's what I'll say to fellow Arsenal fans. Let's enjoy him while we can. We've got a world-class player on our hands. How long for, though? My heart says he's going to stay, but my head says he's already gone. So I'm trying to enjoy what time we've got left. But as for Chelsea, go in there, nah. If that happens, and that's authorised by the club, I think you will see the biggest revolt in the history of Arsenal in terms of the fan base and how they will react, especially if it's on top of Arsenal signing a new deal. Do you think Alexis is gone? Do you think he's going to stay? How do you feel about Alexis in a Chelsea shirt? Are you like-minded or do you not care? Do you think the club's bigger than Alexis? I know that the club's bigger than Alexis. That's not what we're on about here. We want to know how you feel about him leaving and possibly to Chelsea. Like I said, leave your comments in the section below. I'm out of here.